Good morning on this brisk Sunday. Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, America's kick-ass coach and psychologist, here with some interesting words of wisdom today. It was very brisk out there. I didn't have a jacket, but woke me up. So, we have a card today from the Priestess of Light deck by Sandra Ann Taylor and Kimberly Weber. And I love this card. It really speaks to me, and I hope it's going to speak to you. We'll see what you think. I gotta grab a drink here. There. All right. So, a couple of nice deep breaths just to settle in. Welcome to whomever just popped on. In through the nose, out through the mouth. It's Carolyn. Welcome, welcome. Glad you are here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Just settling in. Morning, Diane. Glad you are here. It's going to be a brisk day for sitting by the river. Might need to wait a bit. But I bet it's going to be a beautiful day too. So just keep breathing. Nice deep belly breaths. Welcome to whomever else has just popped on. Glad you're here. So again, our deck is the Priestess of Light deck. That's one of the newest decks I have. In fact, it might be the newest deck I have. And I love this card. It's called Innovation, New Creations. I'm going to move a little closer so you can see. Notice her hands. Notice above her head. Innovation, new creation. So I'm just going to hold it here so you can see the picture, because in the card it's describing the picture. Innovation, new creations. The priestess of the mind extends her hands upward, the light from her palms sending two hawks flying in opposite directions. So I'm going to move it a little closer so you can see the hawks. Yep. Okay. Beautiful golden orbs hover over and around her head, marking a time of great confidence and mental activity for you. You are being guided by spirit to explore new directions of invention and creation. So just sit with that for a moment. Invention and creation. What kinds of thoughts are popping in your head? Good morning, Cheryl. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome to everybody. Just think about opening up that flow. And let's see what we get with the rest of the card, because I thought this is a great card. Your invention may come in the form of a wide variety of endeavors, such as a new business, a medical discovery, a new computer game, or the founding of a charitable agency. Anything from a musical composition to a real estate development. That made me laugh. Intentional community, are you listening to me? Could be among the types of innovation springing to your mind at this time. You may even be thinking about going to school for a special degree or certification. I just signed up for a class the other day. So I think it's a 4-session class. Should be pretty good. If so, know that you are certainly capable of achieving it. Because how many of us let things stop us because we're not sure we can do it? My vote is better to try it anyway. And even if we go, well, that wasn't for me, that's okay. That's absolutely okay. You may find yourself conflicted as you consider two very different paths, both brimming with potential. So that's kind of going back to the hawks. So I'll just show you them again, coming out of our hands. The hawks, birds of prey and war, represent the inner battle regarding your choices. But your confusion is only preventing you from taking action in either direction. And here's the thing. One of the up levels that I believe we're meant to be doing right now is getting rid of either or. And I want this and that. And allowing the seeming ends of a continuum to collapse into what really is, which is a whole. So don't get caught in either or. Just go with and. I like this and that. I want this and that. I'm working toward this and that. Both. A nagging voice of self-doubt may be keeping you on the fence. But note how the priestess's heart center glows with confidence. So I'm going to show you that. Glowing with confidence. Right? This card is saying that you now have the power to make a decision and see it through. Trust in yourself and let yourself receive the guidance and information all around you. Your mind is sparking with the lights of new ideas. Listen to your heart about which path to follow. Here's the affirmation, then I want to go back and tell a little story that I think might be illustrative of what we're talking about here. Affirmation. I open my mind to the pipeline of new ideas available to me now. I love that word pipeline. That's pretty cool. I've always talked about the hollow reed, but a pipeline, that's big, right? I open my mind to the pipeline of new ideas available to me now. I know I am capable of both initiative and follow through. I know I am capable of both initiative and follow through. So I start this thing and I see it through. All right? But I want to tell a little story in terms of that idea of the seemingly opposing paths that, to me, demonstrates the creativity of mind that we need to be moving into. So the story goes like this. There was an intentional community where they received a sum of money, $2,000. I'm just going to say, make it up, $2,000. And people in the community submitted ideas for what they thought that money ought to be used for. The two ideas that kind of rose to the surface at that point were sending someone, the one person who was mostly responsible for food, to a culinary school to learn some things in terms of eating more healthy and closer to the earth, etc., etc. So that was one, and that was a $2,000 investment. The other one was a system that would allow for cutting up vegetables much quicker, because food prep for a whole lot of people takes a long time. And this would make light of the work of food prep. Both great ideas, right? Both needed $2,000. The lump sum they had was $2,000. Now, you could say, well, each one gets $1,000, but then neither one can do what they need to do. So what do? Again, it's one of those seemingly either or predicaments, and the piece of not everybody's going to be happy about the decision. Someone submitted an idea. Here's someone who thinks outside the box. Send the person to culinary school, have them learn what they're going to learn. When they come back, host a fundraising dinner for the community, outside people, bring them in, have a lovely evening. The person who went to culinary school can show off the things that they've learned, raise money for the cutting system. Brilliant, brilliant. And I'm going to suggest to all of us, myself included, because we've been so steeped in this either or thing, competition, win, lose, all that junk, that we don't even have our lenses clear enough to be able to see there's other options. There's other options that can accommodate it all. So, what I would suggest to us is that we mess around with this. How can I make this an and? What would be a way to turn this into all of this can happen? All of this can be attained. Maybe there's other solutions that we haven't even thought of that will accomplish these seeming disparities. But again, I really want to push the point that it's seeming disparities. We're the ones who put it on a continuum, either or, this or that. And that system has been outliving its usefulness for quite some time. So we can now begin to look at this and that and more and whatever. So when we say the this or something better, that's an accommodation, an acknowledgement of that idea that all is possible. All is possible. So that's kind of what I'm hoping you get out of this innovation card today. I'll show you again. Because again, those hawks could fly off in seemingly opposite directions and circle back around to each other, couldn't they? So I want us all to dream big. I want us all to think beyond the girdle that we've put our brain in, as Mary Kay Ash would say. Take the girdle off your brain, all right? Let's think beyond the obvious. Let's get ourselves problem solving, brainstorming, etc. And something interesting I learned about brainstorming, I love brainstorming, it's when you all just sit around and throw out ideas, is to do it effectively and well. It's good to start with the quieter people in the group generating ideas first. Because loudmouths like me can, what about this, what about this, what about this? And the quiet people just kind of sit back. and they allow it to go where it's going to go, but they don't necessarily contribute their 2 cents worth, which would be a really good 2 cents worth. So the opportunity to start with the quieter people first, let them get some ideas generated, then have the loudmouths like me jump in. I love that idea. I love that idea. So have an awesome, innovative, creative day. Let's see what you come up with. If you have some ideas already, throw them in the feed. That'll be fun to chat about those. But have a wonderful Sunday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are, including innovation. Bye-bye.